everyone, welcome back. Today I'm here to talk about fashion and disability. Now, I'm not afraid to admit that I'm a bit of a vain creature. I like to wear makeup, I like to go clothes shopping, and I like to think that I have my own unique style and aesthetic that I express with how I dress and how I present myself. But oftentimes with disabilities or chronic illnesses, you have to use various medical devices and supports just to manage your symptoms. And while it's amazing that all of these things exist and that they're readily available, wearing or using them can be really scary because it forces you to alter your outward appearance. Sometimes this is the first thing that's making your disability visible to the people around you. And sometimes it's just adding yet another step to an already medically complicated wardrobe. Either way, this has the power to make you feel really self-conscious or resentful of your situation. Or, with the right attitude, resources, and personal touches, it can make you feel like a fierce sci-fi empress off to save the galaxy. Okay, that last bit may have been slightly influenced by my current read, but you get the idea. In this video, I'm going to talk about 4 categories of spoony fashion accessories. I'm going to tell you what I use, where I got them, why I use them, and how I've worked them into my wardrobe. The first category is ring splints. So you may have noticed that I have this pretty wild hand jewelry going on, but these are all medical. Ring splints are made to support hypermobile hands, and hypermobility is basically just when your joints can move further than they're supposed to move. And it's actually not uncommon to be hypermobile, especially for those who are assigned female at birth. But when your hypermobility is part of a chronic illness or disability, it usually also comes along with chronic pain, early onset arthritis, and a higher chance of dislocations. So none of those are great, but the ring splints guard against all of them, and so I wear mine for Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. Ring splints come in a variety of styles, both aesthetically and for your various medical needs. The ones that I use keep my fingers from moving too far backwards, and they keep my thumbs from shooting across my palms. Mine were made by the Silver Ring Splint Company, and the really great thing about these is that they're so customizable. So you can actually get designs etched into the plate of the thumb support, and you can get jewels added to the rings, and they are all custom sized, which is really great for me because I have unusually small hands. The downside of these is that they are quite expensive. So each of the rings on my fingers cost about $90, and each of my thumb supports cost $300. Fortunately for me, after quite a bit of a battle, I was able to convince my insurance company that they should cover it. So 80% of mine did get covered by my insurance. However, there are other options that are much less expensive. So if you look on Etsy, you will find several vendors on there that do make a variety of ring splints. I really doubt that any of them would be covered by insurance, but they are less expensive, and they are still, from what I've seen, quite willing to work with you to figure out sizing, customization as needed. So that is definitely a good place to go. There are also some very inexpensive plastic versions of at least these rings. They're called Oval 8s. They're made by 3 Point Products, and you can get those on Amazon for as little as $5 to $10, I think, per finger, depending on where you get them, what seller, whatever. The problem with those that I have found, because I did use those originally, is that they have a very limited variety of sizes. They don't do, so with these rings, I'm custom sized going this way and this way. With the Oval 8s, it's like size 4, size 5, size 6. So in my case, several of my fingers were actually too small for any of their sizes, and then a few other of my fingers were in the right range, but between sizes. So they really just weren't doing everything that I needed them to do. However, that is a very viable option if you find that they have a good size for you. And I do want to share one tip for those. So they only come in beige, that typical medical device beige color that you see. Not that cute. But I was painting mine with nail polish. So once a week I would do my nails, and then I would also paint the rings, and I would coordinate the colors, so either same colors or just like complementary colors, and it was really fun, and I think it turned out really cute. And yeah, it was just nice to be able to get my whole vibe for the week going with my jewelry and my nails, and it was nice. So I highly suggest that if you decide to give those a try but you don't really like how they look. Very easy and honestly quite relaxing process to just sit and nail polish them and have your fashions for the week. Then the last thing I want to say about ring splints is that if you can, it's best if you can go and see a physical or occupational therapist to have your hands measured and assessed, because they can really figure out what's going to be the best set of splints for you. Like I said, they come in very different styles and varieties. They'll figure out what's the best size for you, and they're able to just really help you get the best ring splints, especially if you think that you are going to invest in ones like mine that are a little bit more expensive. However, if that's just not an option for you, there are a lot of resources online that can still help you try to get the best idea of what you need. Even if you don't plan on getting rings from the Silver Ring Splint Company, they have a lot of great resources on their website, so I really suggest checking that out and just doing some general research to try and figure out what's going to be the best situation for you. Moving on to my second category, I want to talk about compression gear. So I wear compression garments to help with the symptoms of POTS, and I actually made a video talking more about POTS last week, so I will link that up top and down below if you want to check it out and get some more information. But basically, POTS impacts my blood pressure and my heart rate. So I wear both compression stockings and a stomach binder to keep my blood from pooling in my feet and my abdomen. Compression gear comes in a wide variety of styles and at many different levels of pressure. You can buy non-medical gear like compression leggings, which many people wear for exercise or just daily outfits. You can also buy over-the-counter compression stockings at most pharmacies, but in many cases that is not enough pressure to actually impact the symptoms of something like POTS. And that is where medical grade compression comes in. So these are ranked at a few different levels just depending on how much pressure they provide. The first level is 20 to 30, second level is 30 to 40, third level is 40 to 50. I personally wear stockings at that first medical grade level, 20 to 30, and because they are medical grade, I actually went to a specialty shop to buy them that my doctor recommended. I went there where I got measured, I did a fitting, they were really lovely and helpful, and I am now the proud owner of 8 pairs. These do run about $150 per pair, so once again, I was very lucky to get them covered by my insurance. The woman who runs the shop also gave me a pair of gardening gloves to help get the stockings on, and that sounds nuts, but let me tell you, it's so needed. I've only been wearing mine for about a month, so I went ahead and ordered kind of a mixture of options to try out this first round. While custom pairs can be made with more options, the off-the-shelf versions only come in black or beige. I mainly wear the black ones, but I did get a couple pairs of beige just in case I happened to wear an outfit one day that just really would not go with the black ones. There's also an option of getting closed toe versus open toe, and I got one pair of each color with an open toe, the rest with closed toe. However, I think in the future I will stick to closed toe because I find those to be a bit more comfortable than the open toe. But one thing is consistent throughout all the styles, and that is that they take forever to put on. Stomach binders can also be really helpful for POTS because they keep your blood from being able to pool in your abdomen, and there are several different options there. Now, I've heard of people who actually got custom corsets made with great results, but while those are clearly very fashionable and awesome, custom corsets run $300 or more, so that is not a great option for many of us. Oddly enough, in my case, I use a maternity support belt, and I find that it works really well. I got mine at the same shop where I got my compression tights, and originally we tried a different style that was a bit bigger, but I just felt that it was way too bulky, it was uncomfortable, and it was kind of awkward to wear under clothes. I just kept wearing it over clothes because that seemed the least awkward, but I just really wasn't feeling it. But we did end up finding a smaller, simpler option, which I like so much better, and these only run about $20 each. Category 3 is mobility aids. So a cane was my first really visible Spoonie accessory, and I had some real feelings over it. I felt really self-conscious, and it took me a while to build up to getting one and committing and using it. Even though I knew I knew it would help, I had some feelings. But there are so many cute canes out there. I did a bit of searching and I found this cane from a brand called Sabi, which I believe is actually no longer in business, unfortunately, but I just thought it was really cute and it worked really well with my general style. But unfortunately, it did not work well with hypermobile wrists. After a while of using it, I was getting more and more problems in my wrist. So basically I was bending my wrist too far, hyperextending it, then putting pressure on it by leaning on the cane, and this was leading to my wrist dislocating or partially dislocating, and obviously that is a problem. So at the suggestion of my physical therapist, I went and got a Smart Crutch. Technically this is a Smart Crutch Junior, because I am hobbit-sized. The great thing about this crutch is that the armrest is fully adjustable, so I can just turn the knob and angle it however works best for me. So the way that I have it adjusted now, it really evenly disperses the pressure between my shoulder, my elbow, and my wrist. Nothing is getting too much pressure now, and I have not had any dislocations in my wrist since switching. This is also really squishy and comfy on your arm, and so yeah, it's just really nice. The Smart Crutches also come in a variety of colors and patterns. It's really just a variety of colors, and then they have one zebra print that you can get. But there's more options in the adult sizes than in the juniors, although they are actually adding a smaller adult size coming soon, I think in November, so that might expand the options for smaller folks like myself. Having the support of a crutch or cane is really great for a few reasons though. For me personally, my hips and my knees have historically been some of the most painful and problematic joints of my body. So having something that I can use to take the pressure off of them when they are acting up is really, really helpful. Also, fatigue and dizziness are symptoms of several of my chronic conditions, so having something that I can lean on when I'm out and about is fabulous. Now, the Smart Crutch Juniors are only sold as a pair, so no matter what, you're going to get two of them. They are interchangeable. It's basically just stickers that are on one side or the other. So if you're okay with that being slightly off, or if you want to take the sticker off and change it to something else, you can just work around that. I personally only need to use one at a time, so this is kind of my go-to crutch. I named him Clark after Arthur C. Clarke, and I keep this spare at my office at work, and his name is Asimov because they were friends and I find that adorable, so I had to recreate that with my crutches. Yeah, but as the pair, they are sold for about $105. Meanwhile, the adult crutches, you can actually get one for about $140. The main difference between these two and why they have that different price is the weight limit and the materials that they're made out of. So the adult sizes can hold up to 260 pounds, and so they're made of a sturdier material. They weigh a little bit more. The juniors are made from a much lighter material, so that way they're light enough for a child to carry about. So they can only support 110 pounds. That's kind of the main difference there. Once again, I was able to get this covered by my insurance, so I'm very grateful for that. And as I said, I have not had any issues with my wrists, and I actually really like how these look. I feel like a pretty cool cyborg lady when I'm using them. So yeah, good guy Clark. And finally, we come to category 4, face masks. So I discovered this company, Bog Masks, earlier this year, and it has made a world of difference for me. So as you can probably tell, this fits over your nose and your mouth, got little hooks to go around your ears, and it has this filter built into the side which purifies the air you breathe. Masks like these are great for a variety of conditions such as allergies, asthma, or in my case, mast cell activation syndrome. A lot of my mast cell related symptoms can be triggered by environmental factors like pollen, smoke, or strong smells. So this makes it kind of difficult if I want to walk around downtown Portland where everyone is out with their cigarettes, or if I want to continue living on the West Coast where wildfires rage and fill the air with smoke. It's not an ideal place to be for that. The thing I really like about Bog masks is that they come in several different sizes, and they have a little chart that shows you how to figure out which size is best for you. They also have a bit of wire that goes around this top hem, and that just helps get a better fit on your face. These also come in a wide variety of colors and prints. I know mine is more on the neutral side, but I did that on purpose because I figured it would match the most with the widest variety of outfits, although I would like to get another one at some point, so I can maybe mix it up a little bit with some color. But I really like that they offer so many different styles. I feel like there's something for everyone, something for every style in there, and yeah, I also just kind of feel like a character out of Blade Runner when I wear it. And there you have my spoony fashions. Proof that you can be sick and also sickening. Let me know down in the comments what you think of these accessories, and I'd love to hear if you have any other medical devices, supports, and such that you've worked into your own wardrobe. Also let me know if there are any other related spoony topics that you would like to hear me talk about in future videos. Thank you all so much for watching. Please like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you'd like to see more. I hope you're all having a spoonful week so far, and I will talk to you soon. Bye!